Hello, peeps. Yeah, bad hair day, I know. But I wanted to say hi, even though I don't feel so well and I had to spend some time in bed the last couple of days because, well, people who post on social media are not perfect. And I just wanted to point out that my brain is somewhat still working even though I'm laying in bed. Yeah, uh, this is Freyr, by the way. If you have never met him, woof woof. And I guess I just wanted to reflect a little bit on slowing down. Yeah, the film festival was lovely, uh, with a lot of very difficult and thought provoking films in a row. So I think I should have given myself a pause in between somehow. But at least people could laugh with me when I fell off the movie chair in the middle of a Q&A, and that really still fills me with thankfulness because where people can laugh about my neurological blackouts with me, there's my home. And I think one of my favorite films was indirectly also about letters because it was the story of women in a prison in Ukraine who could only communicate with the outside world by letters, if at all. And there was this huge, big prison guard, also a woman, but also always in uniform with this huge hat, um, censoring the letters. If something looked all too racy that the partner wrote, then she took a blackout pen and stroked over it. But still, this was the only medium for the women to communicate with the outside world, and this film was half documentary. I didn't even know that such a thing existed. Only one of the prisoners was an actress, if I understand that properly. And I should do such things like write directly after the show because then I remember them better. But uh, I remember the atmosphere. I remember that people really put an effort into making this film, when there were no military actions yet, but this prison made a kind of military impression on me. Um, but there were also these moments where all the people had their soft moments. The prison guard had a really difficult mother who always badgered her to get a partner. It's my understanding that the mother also was an actress, but she was never in the prison. And the character of the mother also evoked the impression that she didn't know anything about the life world of her 40 something daughter. And there was one very sad thing in the prison that the women often came in there pregnant, and they could stay with the children until the children were exactly 3 years old. Like at the third birthday, the mothers were allowed to bring forth a cake that they decorated themselves, and then a social worker came and more prison guards and so on, and they took the child away, like usually to an orphanage if the mother had not made previous arrangements with relatives. And there were also some shots where you could see that it was difficult for the mothers to make arrangements because not all young mothers had a good relation to their families. And yeah, I think this is a film that's really supposed to be seen. It's called 107 Mothers. And what I especially appreciated about the film was that it was screened as an autism-friendly display, which meant that like the sound was not as loud. Like I noticed that it was like less stereo, and actually, yeah, less overwhelming. And the directors pointed out to me that autism-friendly screenings don't contain any advertisings. I actually didn't notice that, but that's kind of a pleasant absence. Like, let's say, if it's doable for the cinema financially and such, because advertisings are usually really loud. It's usually like nothing that I haven't seen before, because I understand it that the cinemas kind of have their advertising partners fixed very much in advance. Yeah, so this is what it looks like when I'm thinking and when I'm sorting through my thoughts. It is very nice that such an effort is being made. Like, even though your advertising revenue might be diminished by this. Of course, autism is a spectrum, so I always find it a little bit difficult when people claim we have accommodated all people of the criteria X, but it's a good start to think about this and to seek a conversation with people who are somewhat like affected or influenced or what you will call it. So I actually had more energy to enjoy the movie for what it is and to learn about like half documentaries, like which are obviously like planned for like fiction films, but budgeted like documentary films, or vice versa. Like, okay, it's a little bit like a healthy mix of a fiction film and a documentary film, and it had some advantages for planning and budgeting. But I also imagine it very difficult to do. So hats off to the people who have done 107 Mothers and some other people who also did half documentary movies at this festival. And okay, I don't have a hat on, but yeah, you just use your fantasy today. So I'll see you. I'll see you whenever I can get up again, and bye bye.